Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Colin Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 513 for comics originally releasing June 19th, 2019. Before we get into what's coming out in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday, Drew, we got numbers, feedback, and a few other things in the world of comics.
Yes, we do. We are coming to you a day late, but we are still coming to you this week. So FOC is going to be a quicker turnaround for you, and we apologize for that. But hey, we're here, so
That's right.
That's something. Dawn asks us next. I got a question for your next episode of C4FaP. That's not we're C4FaP. Dawn.
Is that better? I'm not sure that's better.
C4FaP is kind of cool, but
Yeah.
no, that's not ours. Who's going to take over Batman after Tom King moves to Batman Catwoman? I would like to see. If you don't know, Tom King has been is supposed to be leaving Batman, and now they have announced that he's really just going to move his story over to a 12-issue series called Batman Catwoman. And he says, I would like to see Tomasi move over from detective to take over the main Batman, while our boy Zach Kaplan takes over detective. Your thoughts on this? Zach just finished Eclipse, so he just wrapped that up. Still got Port of Earth going as a creator-owned book. I've read his Nightwing that he was involved in. They were okay. He co-plotted them with somebody. They were pretty good. I would be okay with Zach Kaplan taking over detective. I would rather Zach Kaplan just takes over Batman for a little while. I think that I don't know if they'll just move a new person in and say, here you go 50 issues. They might do a series of people doing 6 and 12 issue arcs. They might bring Scott Snyder back. I don't know. What do you think, Kyle?
I'm not real sure. They got to do something, though. They got to figure something out. And I just want somebody who has an idea, not just somebody who's like, hey, you're a good writer, get in there and write Batman. I want somebody who has an idea for Batman, has an idea of where they want him to go, and something just original.
Well, I mean, they're going to have an easier job.
Yeah.
Because I've heard they're going to go back to a monthly book.
Yeah.
So, anybody can write a monthly Batman book.
I couldn't write a monthly Batman book.
Well, any literate person could write a monthly Batman book. It's going to be a challenge, for all Tom King's naysayers. He's going to go down as the best-selling Batman writer ever, I think. Who else has sold 500,000 copies of Batman? A single issue? Don't know. Not very many. Who else has sold 160,000 to 200,000 issues of Batman each and every month? Not very many people. Over the course of 2 years. So you say what you want, poo-pooers, Tom King critics, but from a numbers standpoint, he's incredibly successful, and I think the quality, the majority of the books have been high quality.
I agree.
I will say there have been some meandering story arcs that probably could have been cut in half. I'll give you that. I will give you that. I've experienced that in many, many, many DC properties lately. And even Scott Snyder, to some extent, could meander for a bit, where it probably could have been a little shorter.
And it can be the easy, the guy who replaced Snyder. There was kind of a high ride from the things that Snyder had done, even though it had waned towards the end of the New 52. It couldn't have been an easy thing to be the guy who came after him, and I think he did it well. Again, lost me a bit, but many have tried on that, and many have failed.
Lost a lot of people, but that's just the nature of today's vocal critic. They have a voice. They whine and complain on the internet, and knee-jerk reactions and hot takes, and we would have never even heard of half of this stuff back in the 90s. So, I don't know. You don't have a dog in this fight. You don't care who takes over Batman, do you?
Yeah, we've thought about these things before. I don't have a specific name who I think this guy needs to do it, but I would hope that they would have a room and they would talk to creators. And in my mind, they say things like, who has a really good idea? Who has a long-run idea? Who has a good story?
Yeah.
Find out what they have, and if they've got a good story, give them a good shot.
I'd like to see. I don't know. I guess give Tomasi a chance. I don't think he's doing a bang-up job on Detective. I think he did fantastic work with Superman, but I don't think Detective's been great. So I would have some concerns there. I don't care who it is. I'd like to see a series of 6 and 12 issue arcs with new people, new voices, see who clicks the most, and Brian Edward Hill. I'd like to see him get a crack at the main title. He did a good job on Detective. So that would be cool. That'd be a good name too.
You want James Tynion back?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No Kyle Higgins, no James Tynion, no Robert Venditti, no Steve Orlando, no anybody who's written a Green Arrow, Green Lantern, Red Hood, Nightwing, anybody who's been on any of those books, Batgirl, no Gail Simone, no Marguerite Bennett, no Joelle. She can stay. No, Joelle doesn't get the Bat book. No. New people, or bring back somebody from the past that was really good on Batman. Those are two options. We'll see what DC does. Glenn Clark says, "Wow, Deceased #1, 242,000. It's a great book. I did not expect that, and now it's going to a second print." Oh, that's a great segue, Glenn, because we have the numbers. We'll shoot right over there right now, and yes, you are correct. Deceased, 242,000, tops the list. I believe I said 150,000.
And I believe I was naysaying it and poo-pooing it with 140. So.
Yeah, so we were off by 100K.
Whoops.
So, yay Tom Taylor.
Yeah,
that's the name. That's
when
the
you
name.
say it in hindsight, yep, I saw that. Yeah, Tom Taylor. Gotcha.
That's the name. Put him on Batman.
No, we've had this conversation for 5 years, Drew. We want Tom Taylor in books that aren't strict continuity mainline titles.
True.
He does his best in Injustices and Earth 2s and Deceased and stuff where he doesn't have to be super confined to other books and other continuities.
But you also know I give 0 Fs about continuity and shared universes.
Correct, but I'm sure he would get editors and things that are like, well.
They also don't care about continuity. Have you read any DC for the last 2 years?
True.
The editors don't care.
I do understand I'm now dealing with Rick Grayson, so yes, I'm well aware.
They don't care about continuity. They don't care about a shared universe.
That's true. Okay, here's the answer. Put Tom Taylor in it. Let him blow it up. And
let him blow it up, man.
Let's see what happens.
If you put Tomasi on Back to the Batman, if he and he can be allowed to marry Selena and Bruce, and they can have a little Jonathan Kent type kid, have a real Robin, that'd be kind of cool. And then Damian could really,
and then somebody could punch Joker through the heart and kill him and murder him again. I like this. We have solved it.
Okay. So anyway, Deceased, fantastic number from Tom Taylor,
and well deserved. Tom Taylor, it's a great book.
Yeah.
A lot of people that were on DC have picked this up and said, this is really good. Make sure you're reading this.
Yep, it's great.
And it's essentially like, hey, people still love zombies and kind of dead stuff.
Yeah. Number 2, Doomsday Clock.
9 weeks late.
Even though it's it's a little bit behind. And it's 9 weeks late after going to a bi-monthly book and being even resolicited at some point, I think. So
but
yeah,
117,000, not bad.
But yeah, people still come out for it, and it was a great issue. It's a great book. The people that follow this and pick it up in trade are going to really enjoy it because it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it a lot, whether with delays and all. I love it. Then we have Batman Last Night on Earth did 113,000. Savage Avengers #1 did 111,000, and Batman Who Laughs did 108,000. We thought that would drop down. It's actually going back up, right?
Yeah, it actually went up, gained about 4,000 copies, about 3.61% increase.
Yeah. And then, so the cutoff is actually after the top 5 that are over 100,000. So we were off by 1 on that. Mm-hmm. Amazing Spider-Man, 92,000. Immortal Hulk continues to stay in the top 10 with 87,000. Very strong.
And that ASM, that Amazing Spider-Man, was up quite a bit as well. It was up almost 16,000 from its issue 20.
And that's based on the Hunted storyline, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I believe. Yep.
Or was that the first issue of the Hunted storyline?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I don't think it is. I mean, but it's way above 22, which is still in the top 10, but it's only at 78,000. So maybe it had like a variant or something on it. Immortal Hulk doing really well, 87. Then the two Batmen, 70 and 71, 83 and 82,000. Amazing 22, like I said, at 78. We've got the final issue of Heroes in Crisis wrapping up at 77,000. Sold quite well, but people did not like this book. And there's another Immortal Hulk. So 17 did 87,000, 18 did 75,000. I don't know why. You've got a lot of more DC and Marvel until you get to our beloved Walking Dead. It's 191, and spoiler, that's where Rick got shot in the chest. It sold 48,000 copies. All my copies but one are now out there in somebody else's hands. They've sold very well as well.
Still continuing to sell very well, and especially with 48,000. I don't know.
That's a low watermark, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the long term is on not the death, but the pre-death, the penultimate of the death. But like I said, now it's continuing to sell well, and it's by far more difficult to pick up than 192 will be.
Yes. I'm concerned 192's numbers are going to be huge.
I'm seeing a lot of people packaging 191 and 192 together and asking $25-$30 for the pair, and continuously getting it seems.
Yeah, I might do that. I only have one left, so maybe that'd be what I would do. I would that's gonna break up my run, but oh well.
Seeing as you don't sell your run, you'll eventually stumble into another one and recreate your run.
I've got to sell some runs, man.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many Walking Deads. I've got to sell them. See what else popped some interest to you as you're flipping down through this chart. I was after the Walking Dead appearance. I was looking down through. We don't have another. We have a Fallen World debut by Valiant at 70, and I don't even see Spawn. Where's Spawn?
Yeah, but it's just a bunch of big two. I want to shoot down to Aftershock to see how Killer Groove debuted, and it's got an asterisk beside it, so that must mean it's returnable. 6,000 copies, so add 15% to that. Descendant #1, 6,000 copies, also from Aftershock, also returnable.
else. So it adds some to that as well. Dark Red.
Spawn was at rank 45, by the way.
Oh, I missed it. Must have went right by it. And what was the number? 30?
38 to 47.
Solid.
It's actually going up slightly, so an uptick on the way to 300.
Yeah, it probably will continue to go up more.
Yeah, because like the next one, that 298 has the cool Spider-Man homage cover, so I see that one ticking up, and then 299. So yeah, I see it going up and up and up till 300.
And then 300 is going to be an $8 book.
Is it?
Yeah. So I'm curious as to how well it does. I mean, I thought it was going to do great at $2.99. Like 200,000 great, but at $8 I don't know if it's going to do that.
Can it do 100,000 at $8?
Yeah, I think it can.
Okay. Superman Leviathan Rising at 56, 32,666 on the sales on that one. So for a $10 book at the beginning of that Leviathan, kind of the kickoff to Leviathan, and a couple other things were in that one. And
yeah,
do 32,000 at $10 a book's pretty good. Major X, its third issue, hanging steady at 31,000. What did we talk about that being a 6-issue series?
Yeah, maybe it might have been extended to 12 now.
Oh wow, I'm not. Oh, cool.
Something has been extended to 12. No, that was the two young readers Bendis books. Wonder Twins and Dial H are now 12.
Dial H got extended?
Yeah.
I'd have lost money on that one.
I would have bet against it as well.
Yeah, Major X3 at 31,000, then Major X4 down at 27,000.
Take a look at Antarctic Press. Rags 4 is under 5,000. Horror Comics #1 under 4,000. These are both Drew picks of the week in previous weeks, and nobody listened. Jungle Comics from Antarctic, also a Drew pick, and it did 2,500 copies. Now, Rags 4 cosplay variant and Virgin variant have been broken out as their own line item.
I think they have a different price point.
Because they have a different price point. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish you could do that with all the covers. That would be fantastic.
A lot of missing the boat. I was way off on a couple things here. Looking at rank 154, Rick and Morty #50.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be an overprinted book, but really at only 13,000.
It's about right, isn't it?
Yeah, because issue 49 was 9,603. So only an additional less than 4,000 books for its 50th issue. And there was a couple of the ratio covers on that shot secondary market big.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought that was... Yeah. Oni deserved a little bit more sales on that one. I'm not sure if the $7 price point was the debilitating factor, or if there are just only so many Rick and Morty fans, and that's all there is.
And, now that it's Oni and Lion Forge merged together, I just got my first email from them as a merged company. I'm curious what the direction is for some of these licensed properties versus, original IP stuff. So we'll see which way they go. Avatar.
Who in that case?
I think it was Lion Forge that bought Oni.
Okay, that's what I thought too. I just want to double check on that.
But I think they kept the majority of Oni's leadership intact. And then, but Lion Forge's top dude is now the top dude of both companies. So, and this is from a quick skim of the deal. I didn't pay that much attention to it, but I think it's a good thing.
Very cool.
It's tough enough. This is a tough racket comic business, so that'll help them, I think. But being together, like it did with Archaea and Boom merging a while ago. or one of them buying the other one. The last issue of Cinema Purgatorio from Avatar to 2600 was a great book. It was a fun anthology. I think we're going to see some of those in their own titles down the road from Avatar. That means Cinema Purgatorio #1. Hold on to it, because those are going to be first appearances of all those 5-6 titles that are embedded in that anthology, and the 2 or 3 that roll out. And if any of them catch fire or get optioned, you want to hold on to that. Black Mask's lone entry in this month's chart was Nobody Is in Control. My boy Pat Kindlin on that, doing the writing on that. Good book. Only did 2,700 copies.
A lot of reorder on Immortal Hulk down here, too.
Oh, yeah.
Extra 3,000, 2,000 on a bunch of those things.
So Eastman has his own imprint now.
Yeah, but it was weird because I was looking at that book to order it, but it's a title that's been done before, kind of thing.
The Drawing Blood, Spilled Ink.
And then there was the Drawing Blood, Spilled Ink, and then there was a reference to kind of a Turtles knockoff comic that
Yes.
Kevin Eastman Studios also put out.
Radically Ronin Ragdoll's one shot.
Yeah, but that's something that's been released before, so this wasn't even the first time that had been released. So I just bounced away from all of them because of that.
Well, it did. The Radically Ronin did 11,000, and the Drawing Blood, Spilled Ink only did 6. So it did about half. That's the one I would want, because that's more of the autobiographical one, right?
Yes, correct.
I think that would be interesting. But I completely forgot about it and didn't order it. So I just remembered it when I saw it on this chart right now. Your buddy's Iron Maiden, Legacy of the Beast, Night City, debuted at 8,500. So those metalheads are out there supporting that.
But of course.
We look at Image, like you said, Spawn on the way up, Walking Dead on the way down, but we think that's temporary. Ascender's second issue is now under 20,000, and I think that'll continue to drop. Oblivion Song, its 15th issue is down to 18,000, but it's surprising that it's that high. Not the best Kirkman stuff out there. Got 2 more Paper Girls on the chart. I just read 29. This is 28. 28 was 17,000. So that's going to be a fun omnibus, collected editions for people to read. I can see this in a Scholastic, sold in a Scholastic collection. Do your kids bring Scholastic sheets home?
Yes, indeed.
And what kind of pricing do they have on, like, comic trades in there?
I haven't paid much attention, but I will have to
scan me one next time.
Definitely.
And just shoot me a picture of it. I'm curious as to, like, how many of them are actual comics that we've seen before, and what the price points line up to. Because I know they're always deeply discounted.
Yeah. Most everything. I mean, most of the good stuff that the kids gravitate towards is about $10 a piece.
Captain Underpants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
I think it's still a thing.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot more on here for me, Drew.
No, I'm just looking at some of my. I have to go down to the bottom of the Image list to see some of my books. Low, 22 is 7,500. That's a shame. Deadly Class 38's at 7,800. That's a shame. Ice Cream Man 12 at 7,500. Assassination at 6,200. Murder Falcon at 6,000. Skyward at 4,000. Port of Earth at 3,700. Self-Made at 3,000. These are my favorite books. It's really bad. There's Gunning for Hits all the way down at 2,000. That was great. Eclipse's second to last issue, we like to call penultimate, 2,000 copies. Just, it's a bummer. It's a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't want to end on a down note. Let's go back to DC. 240,000. That's fantastic. You know, great job. Let's slide. Before we get to the FOC, Rob Liefeld said a little something. He said DC's in big trouble. Yeah, he said their reliance on Bat titles is bad. They have no creative direction. And that they're just they're one misstep away from total ruin. Did you see any of that?
I did not see any of that. But I mean, if you pull the Batman out of DC, there's not much there.
That's true. And a lot of that is, he's saying this, but we looked at the numbers, the breakdown of the numbers last week, and DC's doing okay, and they're doing okay against Marvel, and they're selling half, so they're 1 percentage point behind Marvel. Marvel ships 124 comics a month, DC ships 59. Yeah. So that's. They may be losing the dollar share war because they don't charge as much for some of their things, but also, DC floods the market, or Marvel floods the market. DC putting out 2 a day, basically. So I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. Yes, they get their butt kicked on a regular basis on the monthly breakdown. Marvel beats them. Mm-hmm. Now, how much do we put into the fact that Marvel ships twice as many comics as they do?
And do we want DC to ship twice as many comics?
Do we trust DC to ship twice as many comics?
Well, Marvel's shipping twice as many comics, but should be shipping half that many in my mind.
Yeah, are there 120 comics coming out every month that you're interested in from Marvel?
No. And if you look at Marvel, it'd be like, all right, cool, pull the X titles and pull the Spider-Man, and you're at the same place DC is.
True. Well, for them, it'd be War of the Realms, their Thor thing that they're doing. I'm assuming it's Thor, right?
Yeah, well, it's Asgard, so yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, you pull that out. That was like 40 titles, I think, on its own. So, I don't know. Rob Liefeld likes to... I guess he doesn't ever want to work for DC.
Or DC passed on something and...
Yeah. We should... Let's check in on FOC since... there's little time to do this. You've got one less day to make up your mind. Of course, you've got if you already signed up, you've already seen it. You've had it for 24 hours, while we're just glancing at it now for the first.
So you've already made your lists, and we'll go over our stuff, and we'll see if we can add anything to your list.
Yeah.
And if we check on our email we have here, of course, from Cowabungas to get our curated FOC list, we see that the boys are at Heroes Con. In Charlotte, so they were unable to give us our 4 featured books, so you're going to have to pay closer attention to Drew and myself for what we think is the things you need. Of course, the FOC is the final order cutoff. It's your last opportunity to add or subtract from your standing order. and not have to chase these books in the secondary
Lazy.
market.
They're lazy. Couldn't pick out 4 comics. You couldn't glance down the list, Eric, and pick out 4 comics. I mean, just pathetic. I hope you enjoy that con, sir.
The opinions of Drew do not necessarily represent the opinions of comics for Fun and Profit and all of its subsidiaries.
How many do we have?
I'm unaware.
Okay, so what do we think about... Have we looked at Dark Horse enough to say there's nothing there?
Black Hammer Justice League.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care about that.
Okay. We've got some neat covers. We've got some Yannick Paquette, some Jeff Lemire. I mean, Jeff Lemire is both writing and he has a cover. That don't move your needle.
Oh, man, it would. It would if this was like something that isn't totally oversaturated. There's so much Black Hammer. It's so diluted in my mind now. I don't care about it anymore.
Black Hammer is dead to you.
Dead to me, yes.
Gotcha. All right, let's head on down to DC.
Well, I guess there was I don't know what that is. Vox Machina.
Critical Role, Vox Machina original series. Critical Role is the D&D podcast, I believe.
That's Critical Hit, isn't it?
Could be.
Yeah. Maybe. You might be right. I'm not going to argue with you. Anyway, if we're at DC, let's talk about Batman universe. So, Bendis writing Batman. Is this the Walmart reprint they're pulling from? Yeah. This is.
Yep.
So I'm anxious to see how these and the Tom King Superman stories sell, having been at Walmart for 6 months or a year at this point. I'm really curious on how those sell.
I love the tagline. Available in comic shops for the first time.
Yeah. We know why. I think we're going to be kicking ourselves over these card stock variants.
Okay.
I think they're going to be really nice. I think they're going to be really high grade.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we're going to regret not going in heavy on them.
Just because they're high quality, not necessarily because they're really good titles or anything? Or?
No, because it's great. It'll be a great cover, great art on the covers, and they'll be 10.0s.
Yeah.
Possible.
Yeah. So what you need to do right now...
There's a Bill Sienkiewicz Hawkman.
That's exactly what I was transitioning to, yep.
Why do I not have that?
I don't know.
I'm getting it. See, and I didn't even see the Sienkiewicz was in there. I missed that.
Yep.
Were the card stocks solicited during the preview cycle?
I don't remember seeing the word cardstock, but I don't always pay the most attention to that kind of thing.
And then there's an Art Germ Catwoman cardstock.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not a chance to be huge? Is it thick cardstock? Do we even know? Did we read anything about this? Didn't we talk about this once?
We've talked about it, but as per usual, we did no research on the fact.
We didn't really know the details on the cardstock.
Yeah.
God, that's tempting too. That Catwoman is really nice.
Well, we had the Batman Damned receiving a lot of 9.9s and 10.0s with a heavier, thicker OGN title with a nice stock cover. Was that a big deal because they were a better, quality?
Well, it's the combination of desirability and the ability to get a super high grade. Mm-hmm. I don't really grade my comics, so I really don't know what I'm talking about. But you put those together, there's a desirability for that.
Yeah.
Like the Red Hood Yasmin Putri is really nice.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming there's going to be an Art Germ on. No, Kari Andrews doing Is that Brainiac 5 for Supergirl?
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice. Superman is Adam Hughes. Is that Lois? Oh, man, that's great. I mean, these are really, really nice.
Mm-hmm. There's a really nice Adam Hughes on the Superman 13.
Okay. That's really nice. Lois Lane. Ah, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll check and see if they're getting pre-sold on eBay.
And this is the first week there, or no? When's the first week these kind of things come out?
I thought they were on the FOC a couple of weeks ago, and we just didn't really stress them much.
But the first cardstock versions of anything haven't hit yet, right?
I don't think so. No.
Gotcha.
I have so much Sienkiewicz art now. I mean, I really went overboard this year. The year of Sienkiewicz. That's all I have in DC.
Sorry, I'm trying to read an article on the.
Oh, on cardstock?
Yeah.
Are you doing research?
That was a little last second research.
Well, let me take a look at this Jenny Frison Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's beautiful. This would have been one of Eric's picks, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's nice.
Yeah.
But not cardstock.
Nope. But there's, man. Now I'm looking at all of them. All of the, yeah, these are good. That's a good one. David Finch.
I wonder if there was a bundle option. And we missed it. Probably not. They're all $1 more. So
yeah.
That's going to turn a lot of people off.
The Nightwing 62. Oh, I forgot that one's. Dang it.
What's the order code on that?
Which one?
The Nightwing.
I don't have an order code. Nightwing 62, and the.
What's the date? Release date?
On sale 7/17/19.
Okay, so it'll be on FOC next week.
Yeah, it'll be on FOC next week, and it is Talon. It's a dope version of Talon. Oh, and the red one. I forgot about the Red Hood one.
The Red Hood one, yeah, it's available this one. This FOC cycle, and it's really nice.
The Lobo one. Jeez.
Where's the Lobo?
The Lobo one is Teen Titans 32 coming out 7/17, so that one will be on next week as well. The Cheetah one by Jenny Frison. I think it's Jenny Frison. Yeah. Yeah. And that one's 7/24.
A Philip Tan Cyborg on Justice League Odyssey is really nice.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah, so if you're like a Red Hood guy, you want that in cardstock. If any of these are your guys, these cardstock, yeah. It's so weird. Yeah. Black Manta is pretty awesome looking. All right, sorry, I got caught in a little rabbit hole there.
They're very nice.
Yeah. But yeah, load up on cardstocks. There could have been a really cool bundle that we missed on that one.
Yeah.
All right, anything in IDW? Do you care about the Care Bears?
I do not.
Okay, let's see what Image has for us. Reaver, #1. Which one was Reaver? Justin Jordan writing that one. That's right, I picked up this one. I have copies of this one coming in. Series premiere. The continent of Madaras once promised a new start for settlers, but 200 years after its discovery, the war rages on deep within the savage and untamed lands. A darkness builds that must be stopped at all costs. To do so, the Imperials assemble 6 of the most despicable prisoners: a turncoat, a skin eater, a sorcerer and his bodyguard, a serial killer, and the Devil's Son, the only ones who can stop the end of the new world.
Yeah.
A dark, grim fantasy for a post-Game of Thrones world.
Unearth, we were excited about when it was solicited.
Mm-hmm.
Cullen Bunn book. That's about all I had in Image, though.
Yeah, I picked up the Kyle Strahm B cover on this one because I like Kyle Strahm.
We're going to go down to Image? Or go down to Marvel?
Let's check out Marvel.
Now, are you okay with us making a big deal out of year 2 of Nick Spencer and Ryan Ottley run begins here, so we're going to make it an $8 book?
I mean, I've never been okay with it, but am I surprised by it? And is there anything I can do? No.
Is 25 really a big milestone that we double the price on?
For Marvel in 2019, yes, it is. But, I mean, do you remember Deadpool from a few years ago? Every 5 issues was an $8 book.
But it was like, sometimes it was like a full trade.
No.
Sometimes it was 4 issues jammed in there.
No.
They did an event book that was all, yeah.
No. It was just $8. No real reason.
But, I mean, it was, yeah, you're right. It was just $8. And this will probably have extra pages, but I don't, it's annoying. I better look at
the
this.
The giant-sized main story.
Better look at that Smallwood cover, though, just in case. Oh, I love Greg Smallwood. Oh, it's $150. Don't love it that much.
Love it from afar.
Yeah.
Black Cat #1 going to a second print.
Yeah, you called that.
Yep. And if you got J. Scott Campbell on #1, go ahead and get J. Scott Campbell on #2. Giant-sized Ectastic #1, Peter Milligan.
Statics.
With all red art. If you're an all red person, you'll be in on this. It looks weird. I don't know who these people are. Oh, it's a one-shot. Never mind.
Yeah. Invisible Woman gets her own book. And this is the first time she's ever had a limited series in the history of Marvel. That surprises me. That there was some low-res characters that were getting their own books, their own miniseries back in the day from Marvel. So that's a real surprise to me.
And she gets an Adam Hughes cover for cover A. Very nice.
Yeah. What do you think?
I like it. I'm not big into the Fantastic Four necessarily, so I don't know that this is making my heart skip a beat, but it's cool that they're finally doing that.
And the Adam Hughes cover A is probably the way to go.
Oh, by far. Star Wars Age of Republic, Captain Phasma getting her one shot. Tom Taylor writing that one shot.
And that's Captain Phasma is the lady from Game of Thrones.
In the chrome armor that died without really doing anything.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll find out some actual stuff about her in these books.
Yeah, maybe on the cutting room floor.
There you go.
Got a couple True Believers, Absolute Carnage #1 and Venom versus Carnage #1. I didn't see any facsimiles this week. Did you?
Yeah, did not. But it's weird to see a carnageized Venom.
That's basically Carnage, right?
We have the black symbiote versus the red symbiote. They're taking the red symbiote taking over the black symbiote.
Wolverine versus Blade special. Does that interest you at all?
Dope cover.
Dope cover. Dave Wilkins. Shout out.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. I think I was asleep at this one, on this one too.
Yeah. But,
There's
I mean,
a facsimile.
I think we're all thinking, I'm not sure what Blade can do to dear Wolverine.
Yeah.
That Matteo Scalera cover is pretty cool as well.
Are you getting an X-Men #1 facsimile?
Is that the giant sized?
No. That's the other.
Ah, gotcha. No, but that's cool.
I am. Because I like me some facsimiles.
They are pretty cool. They're very. We've talked about the wonderless idea of the facsimile edition.
That's pretty much all I had from Marvel.
All right, down to Boom. Ghosted in L.A. from Boom Studios. Cinegrace, who's writing a lot at the moment. He was on something else we were talking about not too long ago.
Iceman.
There was something else.
Yeah, there was something else. I can't remember what it was.
This looks dumb. Never mind.
Yeah, looks dumb. But there is an FOC exclusive variant if you're interested.
So get an exclusive cover of a dumb book.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Dynamite and all the other publishers.
Watch Dogs from Titan.
Video game. They just, I'm not sure if it leaked or they talked about the third video game based on this Watch Dogs, blah, blah, blah. But it's, I think it's in London, the third game is. First one, Chicago. Second one, San Francisco. Third one, London.
Was this the one where you, a lot of stealth and stuff?
Yeah, that's your, no. That's normally your Assassin's Creed. This one's your hacking. A lot of hacking into things and hacking cars and security cameras and drones and that kind of thing. So it's very...
Gotcha. And then we've got the Zenoscope Swimsuit Edition. For all the Grimm Universe hotties. Very important.
But it's $6, not bad.
Is it $6? Jeez. All right, good stuff in FOC.
Yeah.
A lot of tough decisions for me.
Tough decisions, especially in the way of if you're doing anything with the Year of the Villains cardstock stuff. You know, you still have the ability to get on a few of those there. There are some good ones.
Yes. We have a new cover price top 10 for the week of 6/14. And topping the list is Walking Dead 192.
Hey.
208 of them have changed hands on eBay this week with an average of $10.
A few of yours?
No, none of mine.
Okay.
191 I've sold.
Oh, gotcha.
192. 191 is number 2 on this list. 87 of those have changed hands for an average of $17. Where Rick gets shot. And I think I sold below the average. So I didn't hold out long enough. Number 3 is Magic the Gathering Shadow Mage number 1. I think there's a
year
movie.
Was this coming out? 1995.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the OG Armada Comics Shadow Mage.
Yeah, so it's only selling for a double cover. but 39 of them have sold this week. The Blank Walking Dead 192 made an appearance, selling for $20 on average. 60 of them sold. That seems high.
The boat on the Blank.
I don't understand the Blank. What are you going to do with the Blank? Have Rick being drawn on the cover?
Draw the first cover appearance of Zombie Rick.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't see the appeal. I don't think I ordered a single one.
We tend to not order Blank.
Yes. So Hulk 181 gets an appearance. It's average selling for $1,500. 29 of them sold. Probably 28 of those were actually facsimiles that people were trying to scam them on, maybe.
Nah.
The second print for Walking Dead 191 sold 33 copies at cover price.
There you
go. And the Eternals #1 still selling. There's a movie coming. We're getting casting on it. It is sold 42 copies this week and selling for about $80. Amazing Spider-Man 129, the first appearance of the Punisher, sold 21 copies this week, and they averaged around $240 a piece.
That doesn't seem like that bad. I mean, I've seen them going for way more than that.
That seems like a good investment opportunity.
Yeah.
These are raw, though. That's raw. Now, the CGCs are...
You got a really good raw. If you can get a really good raw for $200, do it.
Yeah. Deadpool 13, Granov Marvel's 25th tribute variant. 21 of them sold for about $6 a piece. Just because it's an awesome looking cover, I guess. It's got Scarlet Witch and Vision on the cover.
Yeah.
So I didn't look into any of these tribute variants. So, if they're going to be spiking, no, it's just double cover. But I did not even think about looking into those.
Mm-hmm.
We have Batman Beyond, #6, rounding out the top 10 hot books. First appearance of Ink. 11 of them sold for $50. A lot of good stuff there.
Yeah.
And with that, let's shoot over to our sneak.
All right, let's head over to previewsworld.com. Click on new release. Let's find June 19th, 2019, and let's see what we got. Starting in Image.
Criminal selling well, selling through, going to second prints. I think that's good.
It doesn't look like we have a #1 from Image this week. So yeah, not a lot that I'm too into necessarily this week.
Let's take a quick look at that Rumble Sienkiewicz cover, because I'm crazy. Doesn't look anything like a Sienkiewicz cover, so I'm safe. Have to run out and get that.
All right, let's see. Looks like Dark Horse has just a couple of books. The Trout. Hollow's not. Okay. IDW. We
have that colorized Usagi Yojimbo relaunch. The Adventures of the Rabbit Ronin. So I'm excited about this. I hope it does well. I think there'll be some interest in it. Usagi's been around forever and a day.
And there's some exciting retail incentive variants on this, apparently, as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, let's head on down to DC. Nothing too exciting at the moment.
Does that Warren Lau Nightwing B variant
It's
B
okay.
cover make you wish you were still double dipping?
No, it's kind of what they do with Nightwing. Yeah, I'm not impressed.
Not impressed. We got Superman Year One with a Frank Miller cover. These are $8 Frank Miller comics.
Mm-hmm.
This one about Superman. I think I set that out and took the Kyle stance that $8 is too much.
Yeah. But it's going to be an interesting book. I'm gonna, mature readers, so that's exciting. Prestige format, good stuff. But
Could be great.
could be great. Probably won't be. All right, let's head on down to Marvel. There's your Howard the Duck facsimile edition. Hey, Silver Surfer Black going to a second print.
I did not pick up that Howard the Duck facsimile because I assumed I could still get the Howard the Duck
Yeah.
original pretty
Yeah.
reasonably. I don't know if that's the case or not. I need to check into that.
It looks like we're moving. We're finishing up some War of the Realms books. We've got the 5 of 5 into the War of the Realms.
Oh, good.
Journey of
That's
Mystery.
so just in time to move into whatever the next event is.
Yes. A quiet week for even Marvel, it looks like.
Yeah, we're probably missing something. We always do.
Yeah, we got these $8 Kurt Busiek Marvels Atoned. We got an Alex Ross variant on there, but
Annotated.
yeah, annotated. Oh yeah, I completely didn't read that right. But they're just collecting old other Marvel books. So nothing there.
So maybe we should check into these Marvel 25th tribute variants. So if you take a look at the Daredevil 7, the Lineal Francis Yu, I mean, it's a nice cover.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to move the needle. We should probably keep an eye on them just in case. There's a Guardians of the Galaxy 6. Gerald Perel. It's a nice Silver Surfer cover for Silver Surfer fans.
I still find it weird that as a Surfer fan, I'd have to keep buying Guardians books and stuff to get my Surfer covers. It just
Yeah.
kind of stuff still bugs me.
Well, you got Silver Surfer Black now, right?
There you go. All right, I'm out.
Yep, nothing much. So down in Dynamite, not seeing much.
Warlords of Mars Attacks. Getting crazy over here.
Not much in Boom.
Nope. Save us, smaller publishers. You're our only hope.
Yeah. Well, if you take a look at Crucified from
I believe I ordered this.
from Scout Comics. The world's deadliest contract killer just received his next target, a man some to believe to be Jesus Christ. That's a pretty cool concept.
Mm-hmm. A book we know Drew will be interested in, Black Mask Comics Lab Raider #1 by Matt Miner and Crease Lee on art.
You would think. Is it Matt?
Free
Is
the
it Matt?
animals, burn the system.
Is it Matt Myra?
Miner.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the guy that was on the Nerdist. I don't like him.
A pair of young vigilantes break into a black market laboratory where illegal tests are being run on animals.
I do
What
like
at first seems like a simple rescue mission becomes more dangerous when they stumble upon secret military experiments, discovering to their horror that the animals they sought to help have been turned into something different, something monstrous. And once the cages are opened, the rescuers quickly become the prey of these weaponized beasts. This high-octane action comic blends vigilante heroics with sci-fi horrors for a brutal new adventure. Thought you got all Black Mask books.
I'm getting that one. That one. You're right. But I normally do sample them all.
And since you get Black Mask books, why not get Black Box comics? We have Militia #1 by Chuck Dixon and Jethro Morales on art.
Chuck Dixon's pretty good.
Yeah, when 40 young girls becomes pawns in a bloody civil war, the stakes are high. A special forces unit is set to show the world how it's done. Terror's worst nightmare. A woman with a gun. I read that. That is not necessarily my opinion. But I looked at that. There's a lot of #1s in these. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The back half shall save us.
In fact, the next one is called The #1s. Or the No Ones, depending on how you read the cover. Written by Jim Kruger with art by Well B. The Bastions are superheroes at the height of fame and fortune. Their brand has captured the world and corrupted them. When they accidentally kill a man and cover up the crime to save their reputation, their corruption becomes a curse that erases their very existence. A little high concept there for you. Sounded kind of neat.
And from Valiant Books, we have Psylords, #1 by Fred Van Lente. Every time I looked at these covers, they have the weird red-headed hipster guy, and I'm immediately turned off by this book.
Yeah. From Avatar Press, we have Stitched Terror. These are reissues being resolicited. Pat Shand, he's very interesting.
Walk Through Hell is on issue 11. I did not realize that had moved that quickly. My goodness.
Yeah.
All right, to this point of the podcast where I ask for your pick of the week. What's the one book to make sure you hit your LCS up, pick up, put in a plastic bag with a nice backer board and a top loader, and throw on that eBay? Right?
Do I have to do that? Do I have to do all that?
No, but hypothetically, let's say you wanted to.
Okay. It's got to be one of these back half for me, probably. I'm gonna take a shot at #1s.
What is it?
No Ones, #1s.
I was like, #1 what?
Yeah. No Ones, #1 from Cave Pictures Publishing.
There you go. And I believe I pre-ordered Militia #1 and Crucified #1. Both of those piqued my interest. Just for fun, let's go with Militia #1 from Black Box Comics.
Just for fun, not for profit. Is that what you're saying?
Ooh, no. I'll tell you what. Strictly for profit.
Strictly for profit.
There shall be no fun whatsoever in this book.
It's fantastic.
All right, this has been Comics for Fun and Profit, and Drew and myself have been digging through your books originally coming out on June the 19th, 2019. We invite you guys to drop by any of the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, drop us Gmail. All these things can be found at comicsfunprofit.com. These links are all there. If you found some better gold than we did in this one's, and pop in and tell us if you are going all in on these cardstock You're the Villains covers. Because Drew and I are thinking we didn't miss the boat because they haven't started coming out yet. But it seems like next month they all start coming out. And it may be time for us to start FOCing everything we can now and then hunting for them as soon as they hit, starting in July. So if you've got some opinions on that, let us know. Be part of the podcast. So thank you so much for Drew and for myself. See ya.